I'm going to show you how you can take your spacebar from this to this. When lubing any stabilizer, the goal is to reduce that unwanted rattly noise while being careful not to over-lube, which can lead to sticky keys. We're going to need a few tools. A syringe of lubricant, in this case we're using Krytox 205 grade 0, but carbon GS3 would work just as well if not better. A lube brush, a keycap puller, and a stem holder if you have one. The stem holder is optional, and you can use a pair of tweezers or your fingers instead. If you don't have a stem holder or tweezers, I recommend wearing gloves so you don't get grease all over your hands. Now that we have our tools, let's start by removing the stabilizer keycaps from the keyboard. We need to expose the stabilizers and make room for the syringe. Our goal here will be to lube the points of contact between the metal wire and plastic housings that are shown here. Let's start with the spacebar. By using your stem holder, pull up on the switch stem of the opposite stabilizer housing that you're going to lube. So if I'm lubing this side, I'm going to pull up on this one. Now we see the end of the wire inside the plastic housing. Insert the syringe tip into the housing opening where the wire sits and very slowly push on the syringe. Remember, we don't want to over lube as this will lead to grease getting on the PCB, which will lead to a sticky stabilizer that's not going to come back up easily. Insert just enough to cover the majority of the wire inside the plastic, but leave a little breathing room to account for the wire moving up and down during use. Now let's add some lubricant to the other contact areas. This is where the lube brush comes in handy. Orient the keyboard to whatever is most comfortable. Apply a little bit of lubricant to the bristles and apply lubricant to the contact areas as shown here. That's the whole process for a single stabilizer. Now we rinse and repeat with the other ones. Once again, here's how a properly lubricated keyboard will sound. If you're still hearing a little bit of rattle, try to add a little bit more lube, but remember, be careful not to overdo it. Everything you saw in this video can be found at Kinetic Labs. And if you need any help lubing your stabilizers, reach out to our customer support team and we'd be happy to help.